Happy Friday. Hope you all have had a wonderful week. Today, we are going to talk about getting clear on your health goals. Now, don't think of goals, if you're like me and you don't really like goals, don't think of goals in the traditional sense of goals, okay? I'm going to show you a different way that, at least for me, it sits nicer. It feels easier. There's not that pressure that can be attached to goals, especially when it comes to your health. Now, why is this important? Why should you even have some sort of health goal? Okay. Well, unless you know what it is you're striving for, you're never actually going to get there. And when you can get it specific around you, it's also going to, you make it really personal. And I'll talk more about that. But what it also does is it takes away that comparisonitis that we can all fall into. And when it comes to our health and our body image and our self-perception, that comparison is probably the biggest thing that's going to trip us up, okay? So during this live, I'm going to get a little bit more clear on what your ideal health looks like, okay? How you can get to that so that it feels right for you as well. And then you are more likely to stay at it. Okay, I'll share some of the biggest traps that make people quit before they start, and I'm going to give you some simple steps to start shaping your healthiest, happiest self. All right, so let's get in it. Let's start with, what does your healthy self look like? Because we all want to be healthy. We know that our health is important. We know that we should prioritize it, but we don't always do what we should do, okay? So this is all about really sitting down and thinking, what does health look like to me? All right. It's going to be different for every single person. Even if you've got people who have similar sort of goals, it's still going to be a little bit different, okay? It's like if you go to a restaurant and if you've got this whole menu of food, unless you are specific and say, this is what I want, you're not going to get something, or you're going to get something that you don't actually enjoy, okay? Because your health, it isn't just about weight. It's about how you want to feel, all right? How you want to feel, not just what number you want to see on a scale or what size you want to be in a dress shop, okay? It's how you want to feel. Now, if you remember all the things I've told you about the law of attraction and the law of vibration specifically, how you feel is the most important thing, because that will then attract more people, circumstances, events. It affects your behavior, how what you do, what you don't do, your thoughts, your actions, okay? So when you're in that good feeling space, things that are going to perpetuate that good feeling are going to be attracted into your life. So if your health goals feel like a punishment, if it feels like if you are always comparing yourself to others and thinking, okay, well, I can never do that, I'm never going to stick to it, your vibration is going to be really quite low. And that is the vibration you're going to be perpetuating. That's going to be the thoughts, the behaviors, the things that come into your life to give you evidence of what you're thinking. That's what's going to be perpetuated. So if we prioritize how it is we want to feel first, then that's going to be different, okay? You know yourself, when you're feeling good and you're feeling happy, you want to do things that keep that vibration up, okay? So it's going to be easier when you've got that positive self-talk as well. You are generally nicer to yourself, and it's easier to stay on track. It's easier to make those good choices and perpetuate that behavior. All right. So when I say it's not just about weight, it's about how you feel, I want you to think about your goals in that perspective. So feeling energetic, feeling strong in your body, feeling like you've got that core strength where you can walk around. You're not just going to collapse or anything like that. You've got the energy. You're feeling refreshed. Maybe one of your health goals is getting good sleep, getting into that really good routine of where you wind down of a night time and you do whatever you need to do. There's some great, when I have trouble sleeping, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, there's some yoga moves that I use that help me to really wind down. Okay, it doesn't take very long. So maybe one of your goals is to have better sleep. Maybe one of your goals is to move without pain or stiffness. All right, just to be able to move around the world easily. Maybe one of your goals is to eat foods that nourish you and satisfy you and leave you feeling good in your body. We did this with my youngest son. He every now and then he would just get these terrible cramps. Okay, and we couldn't really figure out what was going on. We took him to the doctor. They did tests. They're saying, I don't know, everything looks fine. So that's when we thought, okay, well, obviously it's something that you're eating. So I got him to become really, really aware of the food that he was eating. Right? Don't change anything. Just eat your normal food, what you do, and then pay attention to how you feel after you've eaten that food. Because your body will always tell you. When we feel bloated, it's not just because maybe we've eaten too much. That food is not something that your body likes. Okay, so maybe your health goal is just to listen more to your body. Okay, so have a look at what it is for you. Go more than just losing weight. Have a holistic look at what your goals are, in how your energy is, how you feel in your body, an overall thing, and how you feel about yourself as well. Okay, because that matters too. So then some practical steps. So that's the first step I want you to do. Really look at that on that broad perspective. And then I want you to imagine your future self and how your future self feels. And this is something that you can do in a couple of ways, all right? You can look at your now, what you're doing and how you eat, how you exercise, what you do, what you don't do. And you can sort of extrapolate that out and see, okay, if I stay on this track, what is my future self going to look like? How are they going to feel? What are they doing in their daily life? Is that what I want my future self to be doing? If it's a yes, fantastic. Stay doing what you're doing. If it's a no, then I want you to imagine, okay, well, if that's not what you want, what do you want? Because getting clear on what we want, and sometimes it starts with, we're very good at knowing what we don't want. So sometimes it starts with writing down a list of what we don't want. Okay, I know for myself, I don't want to be an old person when I'm old. All right, I want to be able to move around. I want to be able to walk and explore and travel and do all these things. I want to have energy. So imagine, what do you want your future self to be able to do? What do you want them to be able to feel, experience? Okay, so then if that's what you want, then you can sort of reverse engineer it. Okay, well, if I keep doing this, that's not going to happen. So I need to make some little changes. And those little changes, they don't have to happen all at once. Okay, you are better to set little, manageable, achievable, feel-good goals first. And then as you go, you tweak them. Okay, but when you get into that feel-good first, the habits will then be able to be tweaked easier. When we're feeling good and happy, we feel like we're invincible, anything's possible, right? When we're feeling like, the world is against us, then everything seems hard. So your mindset really matters in this as well. So if you need to tweak your mindset first, then tweak your mindset first. Be patient with yourself and be kind and be no judgment, okay? And just start taking these little steps. And if it starts to feel overwhelming, that's when you know you're going a little bit either too specific or too comparing everyone out there and looking outside, and you're overcomplicating. So go by how it feels. So then that doesn't mean give up and stop doing anything. It means just maybe taking a little bit of a step back. All right, if you've decided, okay, I'm going to commit to doing walking around the block every single day. And if you find that one day, stuff happens and you get quite busy, you can't fit it in, That's okay. Don't get overwhelmed by that. Don't beat up on yourself about that. Just come to peace with that and go, okay, well, that's not going to happen. Is it possible for me to maybe go for my walk this afternoon? And if not, that's okay as well. You don't have to be rigid in this. The more that you can allow it to easily become part of your daily routine, that means it's going to be sustainable. All right. You want your healthy lifestyle, what you eat and your exercise and your sleep, you want that to become your normal, not something you do as a crash course diet, or I'm going to do it for, this many weeks and then I'm going to go off the rails again. The small, manageable, achievable steps is what's going to create something big and sustainable in the long term. Okay. All right. So I hope that is making sense. And just remember, your health, it is a journey. It's not a quick fix. If you are not where you want to be in your health now, right now, today, it didn't happen overnight. You weren't healthy yesterday and today you're not healthy. Okay. It was lots of little choices that you've made over the years, decades, whatever it is, that have gotten you to this point. So to turn that around, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be the little choices that you make starting now. And if you keep that goal as being, I want to feel good in my body, I want to be able to move pain-free, I just want to have energy, then if you focus on that, and when you imagine that and imagine your future self, you feel good about that. You feel good because of all the things you're going to be able to do, then that is going to help keep you on track. You're going to maybe look at the junk food and go, you know what? I don't really want that this time. And if you do fall off the wagon, it's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. All right. So just be gentle on yourself. It is a journey. It is not a quick fix. So just have a little bit of a map. Get your map as broad as it needs to be so it feels good. Then bring it in with detail until you start to feel a little bit of resistance and overwhelm. When you feel that, go broad again. Okay? And keep it like that. Keep that good feeling. All right. So if you are ready to get clear on your health goals, pop me a little thumbs up or an apple or something healthy in the comments. If you've got questions, please reach out, please ask. And I'm going to leave you with a quote by Jim Rohn. Jim says, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. All right, everyone, nice and short and sweet today. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. And I will see you all again next week. Okay, bye-bye.